Give her a hand. Mine happened in Australia the first time.
That is so funny.
Yeah, I was in Australia doing a seminar, and I said, get up off your fannies. And I got these looks like, and finally somebody whispered in my ear what I meant. So
that is hilarious.
Yeah.
Get up off your vagina.
Yes, exactly.
That's basically what you said to them. That's hilarious. I've never met anyone else that made that hilarious.
Wow.
Okay.
We share embarrassing moments.
There you go.
So tell us a little bit about how, from the time you come up with the idea, fill in the blanks for us if you don't mind. How did you go? Because again, so many people have a great idea.
Yep.
I understand why, because you declared, you were clear, the sense of urgency, all those things. Yeah. But tell us some of the mechanics. You came up with the idea. Did you know anybody in the industry? Did you start to go try to do a prototype and sell it? Tell us a little bit of the mechanics.
Okay. So I had no idea what to do next. I went on the internet. I started looking up manufacturers that made hosiery-type garments and found them in North Carolina primarily. I started calling them on the phone, and simultaneously I went to Hancock Fabrics and Michael's drugstores and was trying to hand make my own version of the prototype with like paper clips. It was really rough. And at the same time, I was trying to patent it and write my own patent and get that done. And so I was kind of doing all of those, and I was still working during the day. So I worked on Spanx at night and on the weekends for 2 years before quitting my job.
That's beautiful.
And so I mean, every step of the way, I mean, the manufacturers all hung up on me. I ended up taking a week off of work and driving there and going in person because I had learned from cold calling that, in person is a better shot. They still all turned me away, but a gentleman in Charlotte, North Carolina called me 2 weeks later. And he said, quote, "Sarah, I have decided to help make your crazy idea."
Wow. What was that like for you, that moment?
I mean, I couldn't breathe. I was just so excited because all I'd been hearing was no, no, no. And
how long had you gotten the no's?
On and off for a year,
Wow.
A little over a year. And so when I said to him, why the change of heart? He simply said, "I have 3 daughters." And I went, okay. And he goes, "And your enthusiasm and your confidence in this idea that I still don't really understand. I ran past my daughters at dinner and they said, 'Dad, that's actually not a bad idea. We have the same issue. You might want to help this girl.'"
Wow.
And so I did that. And then I went to patent lawyers, and they all quoted me between $5 and $10 grand to write the patent. I had $5 grand set aside in my savings from selling fax machines. So I ended up I went to Barnes & Noble and bought a book called Patents and Trademarks and wrote my own patent.
How incredible is that? Give her a hand. That's incredible. That's so awesome.
Thank you. But I got to say, I'm not a lawyer because remember I bombed the LSAT, so I had no idea how to write the legal part of it. I did the background, the abstract. My mom's an artist. She drew a picture of me standing in the living room in Just Spanx, which is actually the image on the patent in the patent office. And so I did all of that, went back to the lawyers, and I said to one of the lawyers, I said, "I've done all the legwork. Will you just write the claims for a discounted price?" And he agreed to do it for $750.
Wow.
And he later admitted to me, he goes, "Sarah, I thought when you first came to me that your idea was so bad that I thought I was being pranked by my friends." He goes, "I thought you'd been sent by Candid Camera," which makes perfect sense because as I was pitching to him how I was going to change the world with my footless pantyhose and like pulled him out of my red backpack, he was looking around the room. He was looking for hidden cameras.
Being punked.
Yeah, he thought his friends were punking him. But, he helped me, and then, I made the packaging on my friend's computer every day after work. She had just graduated from art school, and I had a pretty clear vision of how I wanted my package to look really different. Because if you get a chance to be on the shelf and you have no money to advertise, your package needs to do the selling. And so I knew that. I also wanted my package to feel like a gift. The woman was buying herself for so long. Hosiery had been like a commodity we hated buying.
Yes.
It's always like beige, gray, and white, and the same half-naked woman on every package. And I was like, I made mine red. I put cartoon women on there. Everyone told me I wasn't going to be able to sell one pair with cartoon women because you couldn't see the product, but I wanted diversity. And I did 3 very different looking cartoon women on the front of my package. And, I have no idea how to make a package. So right before I was finished with making it to go to market, I was like, well, there might need to be something on here for legal reasons. I don't know. So I went to the store, I went to Bloomingdale's, and I bought 10 different brands, and I laid them all over the floor of my apartment. And if the same thing was on all 10, I was like, must be legal. So I added it.
That's great.
I was like, okay. I added care instructions and, certain things, but I mean, I didn't know how it was supposed to be done, which is a big gift.
Yes. Tell us, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, I was just going to say, when you don't know how it's supposed to be done, that means you're going to do it differently. My husband mentioned that, but I really do believe that. But this is why most people don't do it without the expertise, the self-doubt,
Yes.
the talk track.
How did you deal with that?
I'm serious. I've been working on my negative self-talk and my talk track by listening to this positive messaging and being a student of this, that it really helped me, because why would I? I mean, I'm someone, I had no idea how any of this was supposed to be done. I still don't. But, so I feel like I wish more people out there that don't know how it's supposed to be done would trust that and do that, because that's where that's what moves life and society forward. That's where change happens. Because if you do it like everybody else, it's not change. It's not innovation.
A quick message from our Business Mastery team. If you run a company, whether it be as a first-time entrepreneur or a seasoned CEO, you face challenges every day. And for many of you, you're doing it alone. For more than 40 years, Tony Robbins has helped business owners like yourself understand how successful your business could be, the level it's at today, and how to close that gap faster and with fewer costly mistakes along the way. And now he would like to underwrite the cost of a free one-to-one business strategy session from one of his top business coaches, a $600 value. In this session, you'll learn how Tony's business systems can impact your company. See, what most people don't know is that when Tony acquires or starts a company, he brings in 6 systems that are proven to create monumental growth, up to 300% in the first year alone. He teaches these systems at his business seminar and also offers a program where his experts will come to you to train your entire team. To learn more about his systems, get business owner resources, and to claim your free session, just go to tonyrobbins.com/CEO. That's tonyrobbins.com/CEO. Now let's get back to the interview.
So once you get this man on board who's going to manufacture for you, and you got your patent, did you go, I know at some point you got to Neiman Marcus and Oprah, but what's kind of the sequence? When did you have your first breakthrough after actually getting somebody to believe in it and get the legal done? Did you go out and call on department stores?
I did. I called on Neiman's.
That was the first place you went?
Yeah.
Wow.
So what this goes to not knowing how it's supposed to be done and how it can work in your favor, but I called Neiman Marcus. I looked him up in the yellow pages, and I called the one in Atlanta where I lived, and I said, hi.